What's up, y'all? What's good? Welcome to the What Up Doe Show. It's your boy Dame D, and today I'm going to be talking about an incident that happened over the summer. And this incident was not publicized, through the main media, and a lot of people say because these young ladies were black. I have a guest that's going to join me and talk about this with me on the show. I will allow him to introduce himself to the show.
Yeah, it's real talk with Big Dave. Big Dave here.
What up,
What
Doe? What
up,
up,
though?
Doe? Dave, welcome to the show again.
You know what it is. What up, though?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First and foremost, man, happy New Year. I want to bring it in like that. How was your New Year's last night and today, I should say.
Oh man, it was beautiful, man. Hey, listen, long as you wake up and you functioning well, that's everything, man. Another year, another day, man. Let's make it happen again. Real talk.
Right, right. And like I was saying yesterday, I don't start off the new year with resolutions. I just want to be a better me, a better person, a better father, and better, just a better person overall. You know what I mean? So I just try to just do it that way, versus trying to, make, I'm not going to say false promises, but make a promise to myself. So just trying to be a better person and a better me for the 2025 and just try to make right decisions, and just try to be more prosperous this year than I was last year.
And that's a real thing, man. And I don't get caught up in resolutions either, man. I just go with the flow. Every day that I'm able to wake up, man, I'm blessed to be able to wake up, and that means that's a new start at life, as far
Yes,
as I'm
sir.
concerned. Every up is another day, and it's another day to be able to accomplish something you didn't accomplish the day before. So
Right.
every day you get an opportunity, you got to seize the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And just
sir.
do what you're supposed to, and live your life, but be smart with your decision making the best you can.
Right.
You have to think of before you just rush into a decision because it can mess things up permanently. So, just take one day at a time. So anybody that's doing resolutions, I mean, I ain't against that. I just don't do it. I just know every day I wake up, I got a new start to make something happen and do something
Right.
better in my.
Exactly. And I'm not with people who make resolutions. I just say I personally don't do it anymore, because resolutions tend to be broken, so I just try to, take everything one day at a time. And, it goes back to what you were saying in the beginning, you wake up, another day you're blessed. So, just, and pretty much that's just taking it one day at a time. You know what I mean? So,
I
so,
feel you.
um, so yeah, I'm gonna go on ahead and start off today's show, today's topic. Like I said, I have audio and video, but I'm just only going to do audio, and play a clip so you guys can kind of get a familiar of what's going on with this story. I have story, but I have the video, but we're not going to play that today because we're using the Zoom. So I'm going to play video, and then we'll get back to our commentary after I play this video. So give me 1 second. I have it queued up, and here we go.
Haley and Bob, 8-year-old Demiria Hollingsworth's mother says she's in agony knowing she'll never see her daughter again. Hollingsworth and her 12-year-old cousin were staying with their grandmother in Humboldt for the summer when the victim's mother, Ramaya Smith, says this all started with an argument over an iPhone, but she never thought twice that her child would be killed. Our sister station spoke to her tonight, but she didn't want to show her face.
My baby was 8. She didn't deserve that. You know what I'm saying? Like it she did nothing to deserve being killed.
Now, police say after viewing home security footage, the 12-year-old suspect, who will be 13 next week, allegedly used bedding to suffocate her cousin, then cleaned up the victim and repositioned her body. At the time, the two cousins shared a bunk bed.
I look at her sister and I gotta be strong for her. I can't be weak for her. Even though it hurt me real bad because why my baby? Mommy? Hold on, baby. Yeah. Like, why her? You know what I'm saying?
The 13-year-old is charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence, and the victim's mother says she's hoping for the maximum sentence.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right there. Yeah, Dave. So we're gonna, pretty much talk about, a story that has a family split in half over a murder. You have a 12-year-old and an 8-year-old that got into, incident allegedly got into an argument or a disagreement over an iPhone. And the 12-year-old ended up suffocating the 8-year-old, and there was video of the incident. So, Dave, I'll allow you to elaborate first. Give me your thoughts on, what you thought happened and what was wrong with that situation.
I mean, the whole situation for me is just really starting to get out of hand with these kids with these phones and these tablets and these iPads. It's starting to get out of hand. What I'm noticing with these kids today, even with my own youngest, you know what I'm saying? A
Right.
lot of these kids, they want to do everything with the phone or tablet or iPad. They don't even want to put it down, man. They about to eat. They don't
Yeah.
want to put it down. You know what I'm saying? They want to go to the bathroom with the phone. I mean, you literally have to tell them to put it down, and they get in a serious attitude. So, what I'm seeing here, it was a lot of things going on in the kid's household. And this little girl has been doing, and what I'm thinking, this little girl has been doing a lot of things, and no one has really been paying attention to what she's been doing or disciplining the situation because this little girl knew what she was doing, man.
Right.
This little girl murdered her cousin, man, and covered it up.
Yeah. That's
First
deep.
degree.
Yeah.
Meditated. Knew what she was doing and then wrapped her up and everything like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, that's
This
deep,
is bro.
and that's deep when you got a 12-year-old, that's caught on video, wiping off the face and wiping off because they said the little girl, had urinated on herself. So they caught her cleaning up the face, cleaning up the incident, repositioning the girl and then covering her up with the blanket, and end up going back to sleep like nothing happened. And they didn't realize what had actually happened until 2 days later after police got wind of that they actually had videotape, and they went back in and actually got the video, of the situation. So, my question to you, Dave, my next question is, would an iPhone cause a 12-year-old to murder an 8-year-old? And the reason why I say that, and this was something that was mentioned earlier in one of the videos, you had cameras in that room, and I believe they said the 12-year-old girl had some type of behavioral problems, so you got to kind of ask yourself, was it more to that story than just them arguing over that iPhone?
And that's what I was saying. Is
Right.
issues. Remember in the beginning, I was saying there's a lot of issues going on with the little girl, and there's issues in that household. Because for number one, why do they got a camera and they're watching her?
Exactly.
I said it's issues. It's things that's been going on with this little girl way before this incident. This little girl has been a problem, but it starts at home. It starts with the parent. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of parents these days, they get these devices for these kids, and they, oh, they so smart, they so adorable, but it's a babysitter.
Exactly.
And now
Yeah.
the kids are addicted to these things. Now, just look at this for a moment. You got a 12-year-old, you got an 8-year-old. Both of them understand what's going on here. The 12-year-old gets physical over the phone, and the 8-year-old has to fight back by saying what she wants to say. And the 12-year-old takes it personal and murder her over
Right.
this phone. So it's more going on in that house that we're going to end up finding out, and maybe we won't. But what we do know for our own experience with family members and our own children, that when it comes to these phones, man, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's horrible.
You literally got to fight with a child over some shit.
Because these tablets and these phones are pretty much raising the kids versus the parents actually sitting down, spending the time that they need to spend, with their children. They're letting these phones and these tablets take over, some of the time. And I understand, the phone and the tablets entertain the kids for a while, but it's getting to a point where, when it's time to put them down, they're having a hard problem, a behavioral problem, putting these items or putting these things down or not wanting to share. That could have been a reason too. So I guess my next question to you, Dave, is, should this 12-year-old girl who murdered her 8-year-old cousin, should she be charged, not just only charged, but should she be charged as an adult?
Man, I mean, man, that's a tough one,
That's deep, ain't
because
it? Because that's what
it,
they
it,
looking at. They
it's
looking
a
to
tough
try to
one because
charge her as an adult. But go ahead.
it's still a 12-year-old about to be 13.
Right.
And my thing is, we don't even know what kind of issue this girl got. Has she ever got help for it? What kind of environment and household does she live in? We don't know nothing. We don't know what's going on her, with her in school.
Right. And I'm
So
quite
it's
sure in the days to come we'll find out, about a little bit more about this case once they go to trial. But go ahead. You can finish up, Dave.
no, it's that one is a hard one because you want to say yeah because the way you look at that film, that camera, and see how she covered that shit up, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was almost like it was premeditated
it was premeditated. She knew exactly what she
what
was
she was
doing.
doing. Yeah.
Like a
So
grown person that's scheming to murder somebody, this 12-year-old
yeah.
acted like a person that was experienced.
And almost pulled off a murder. If they wouldn't have had if
Camera,
family wouldn't have got wind of that they actually had video camera and someone called to inform the police about that. You know what I mean?
and I ain't trying to piggyback on something, but that's piggybacking like on the story we was talking about the other day with the correction officers. These goddamn cameras are catching everybody, man.
Yeah, it's almost, I'm not going to say impossible to get away with a crime or a murder, but it's almost impossible because it's cameras, everywhere. And then not only that, it's ring cameras everywhere. We're helping them with with their with solving crimes, with the cameras. But first
Yeah.
and foremost, I want to give my condolences to the family of Tamiria Hollingsworth. That was the little girl's name. It was a sad situation. I want you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Tell me what you think about this situation. Do you think the 12-year-old should be charged with murder? Do you think, and if she uh, uh, is going to be charged with murder, do you think she'll be able to be rehabilitated from this crime? It was a tragic situation, so I don't have anything else to add on that one, Dave. If you do, you can go ahead and add, and we can go on move on to the next story.
Yeah, the last thing I had to say on it. Now, this is two sisters, right? That's kids. These are, ain't it?
I believe, yeah,
Based
they
on the
were
story.
cousins, so they had to be related. I
Yeah,
think it had to be, yeah, sisters, I
sisters.
believe.
Yeah, because I think I heard her say I got to be there for my sister, even though why mine or
Right,
something.
yeah, and it's deep.
I'm not correct on that, but if this is two sisters, this is a hard thing. You want your niece to get charged with murder for killing your baby.
Yeah, and that's rough,
And you
but
know what I'm saying so it's gonna divide because the other parent of the 12-year-old watching a child about to go to jail possibly till she
18.
20 some years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if they charge her as an adult, she might not get out till she's 21.
Yeah, because when she turned 18, they'll still keep her locked up until,
No,
for those three.
when
Yeah.
turn 16, 17, that's when she turns 17, that's when they send her to prison. She'll
Right.
stay in juvenile, even if she's charged as an adult, she'll stay in juvenile until she's old enough to go to a adult facility.
Yeah,
What
man.
is the boy name? What was the boy name? Abraham? Remember he was 11, he was in a tree and he shot and killed the kid or
Yeah, I
person
remember.
in Pontiac.
Yeah,
Remember
I
they charged
remember.
him as an adult.
Hmm.
And he went to prison when he got older, and then he went through the program. He got out when he was, 21, 22, and then he been in trouble ever since.
Right. Yeah, man, that's a hard pill to swallow, Dave. Like I said, the family is torn in between two, behind that situation, but what do? If that was, your child, I understand the mother in that situation. She definitely wants the cousin to be prosecuted, meaning that, she knew exactly what she was doing. It was premeditated. You can clearly see on video what she was doing, and she knew what she was doing. So, but at the same time, she still was a 12-year-old young girl. Her mind is not fully developed, even though she knew what she was doing. So, it's kind of I'm kind of up in the air on the situation, but there should be some type of reprimand, I think in the future. I don't know if it's prison, until she's an adult, but we'll find out. We'll definitely keep keep an eye on the story in days to come. But I also have another story that we were talking about some days ago. This was a story about, an infant, and I forget exactly where this happened at, but I have audio and video, but I'm just going to play the video of this situation. And we have I don't know if you remember where this situation happened at, Dave, but it was a toddler who was at home. Who was with a newborn, and the toddler end up, excuse me, the toddler end up smuggling a newborn. It's a deep situation. So I have, I got video. I'm going to go ahead and cue. I don't have it queued up yet. So Dave, I'm going to go ahead and let you elaborate and talk about that. And I'm going to find the actual audio of that. And we'll go ahead and do that once I find it. But yeah,
Yeah,
another sad situation, man. You had like I said, a toddler who was at home watching his infant brother, which this was on camera, and the parent was nowhere around. So I'm gonna go ahead and allow you to elaborate once I find this video, and then I'll go ahead and play it.
once again, it starts at home with the parents. Where's the damn parents? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, deep.
Parents these days, they don't even want to watch these kids. They're making these kids watch each other and grow up on their own. So this toddler is watching an infant. So that means he's a baby himself.
Right.
And if I'm not mistaken, his little brother,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
it was his little brother.
And he doesn't even understand what he's doing. Unlike the 12-year-old, the 12-year-old knew what she was doing. The toddler did not know that covering the baby's mouth up with a sheet or whatever or blanket to stop it from crying, didn't even know it was suffocating the baby.
Right.
But if his parents watching their children like they supposed to, this don't happen. But they leaving the toddler to watch the infant, leaving them in the room together.
Yeah, because we don't did multiple stories of stories like this where you got young single parents, young mothers that's leaving a child, home alone unattended, to die. We just did a story on that where you had a young mother who went on vacation and left, I believe, her 4 or 5 year old child at home to die. One went out in the cold and froze to death. But here we go. I think I got the story. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. So it's actually audio and video, but I'm not going to play the video. I'm just going to play the audio, and here we go, and then we'll get back to the commentary. Hold on. You know what? I think they took that down. So give me 1 second, and I don't think I can come out of here. Yeah, no, it won't let me come out. So hold on.
Well, all we can do is just speak on it. Still no luck.
Yeah, no, it won't let me come out. So yeah, we'll just speak on it. I was trying to find the video on my phone, but it won't. I thought I had it queued up, but apparently I didn't. But it was a situation. We'll just talk about it. It was a situation where a parent, which a young mother left their two children home alone. It was a toddler and it was an infant baby. The toddler was seen on videotape smothering eventually, I mean, not eventually, but it was seen with putting blankets on the baby first, trying to get the baby to shut up, because the toddler really did not know what it was doing. It was just trying to get the baby to shut up or to be quiet,
Of
so.
course, driving them crazy.
Right. So I'll go ahead and let you elaborate, Dave, and give your thoughts on what you think the situation was. I just want to explain, to the subscribers and the viewers, since I can't play the video or the audio, what was going on. So yeah, you had the toddler who was just trying to get the baby to be quiet, and it started off with a pillow, trying to smother the infant, and then it ended off with smothering it with the blankets and stuff. But go ahead and elaborate on that, Dave.
Yeah, I actually did a show on this on my show. I did a show on this maybe some months ago, and it was called "Partying Parents Neglect Children."
Right.
My thing is, what the reason I did that story is a lot of these parents today, and all of them are not young, and some that's older doing it too. Having babies at a late age, and they doing it too. But mostly it's younger parents.
Right.
they're not watching these children, man. It started at home. If you're not watching these children, that's just like the boy in what is that, Oxford or whatever, that they still talking about, when the boy was drawing the pictures of murdering somebody, and the teacher took the picture to the damn office, and they didn't send him home. They called the parent, and the parent said, "Oh," they said, "You want to take him home or leave him here?" And the parent said, "No, I'll leave him here." And then he shot
Mm.
up people because he had the book bag right on his back, but they didn't check his back. It
Wow.
starts at it
Yeah.
starts at home with the parents. You know, it starts with the parents. It's hard to look at the incidents that these children do, and it's hard to prosecute them for it, even though you know you got to do something about it. But it's hard when you got to look at the backgrounds of the environment they're living in, the home they're living in. You know, see if they got any kind of mental issues. But the problem with this story is the parents, where were they? Where were they? How long was they out of sight for him to do this? It took a while.
Yeah, because the video itself was at least 5 minutes long. The baby was
Come on.
crying, for at least 5 to 10 minutes, I would say. So the parent, she was nowhere around. She actually had cameras showing the incident. So that means she had video. She could have been overseeing and watching the video to be able to stop this situation that happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what's the purpose of the camera if you, okay, example, when I had my second, that's when they started coming out. Remember the monitors they used to have?
Yeah.
Then they started out with the video monitors. You get a TV, like a monitor camera, and
Right.
you keep the camera with you keep the monitor with you,
With you,
and
and you keep the camera on
be
the baby.
face down on the baby. So
Right.
if you in another room, you got that camera with you. If you in there doing something while the baby's asleep, you see that baby squirming on that camera, something look like it ain't right, you going in there immediately.
Yeah.
So what was the purpose of the camera? Because the baby still is dead.
Yeah, the purpose of the camera was to be able to watch it. That just means that just let us know that she was nowhere in that home or that
Come
house
on.
because she didn't see it, and then let alone she didn't hear the infant crying.
And I hate to say that parents don't care for their own children. I don't want to be messed up like that and say they don't care, but it make you think they don't care, because there's no way in hell that my child is going to murder their cousin or murder their brother because I ain't paying the fucking attention.
Yeah.
It ain't
You
gonna
know,
happen.
yeah, and this should be a lesson learned, from both of the stories that we talked about, that you have to pay attention to, what your children is doing. And then you got these young parents, and this should be a lesson learned for you young mothers out there. We understand you still want to get out there and party and do your things, but you got to realize, and you just did a show on this, Big Dave, when you have kids, and I forget I can't quote you verbatim, but it comes a time when you have kids, you got to leave that party and shit alone. You got to take care of home. And this is what this parent did not do. She was not there for neither one of her child. Now
That's
her
crazy.
toddler has to grow up knowing that he murdered his infant brother. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
my next question.
don't put on him.
Go ahead, Dave.
Not cutting you off, bro. You see how much trauma that is gonna be on him? Because the older he gets, he's gonna be told this. You're
Yes.
not gonna be like that. He's
Yeah.
gonna come out. You know how much trauma that's gonna be, because he's not gonna see that little boy no more. He's gonna be wondering where his little brother at.
Yes. Yeah, he's gonna be dealing with a life
That's right.
long time of just probably behavioral problems after this.
I think some of these parents, man, and I hate to say it. Like I said, once you have a baby, your life is pretty much over.
Facts.
And when I mean by that, I'm not saying over in the fact that you can't still live a life. What I'm saying, all the extra is over.
Yeah, the
All the
party
extra
and
partying,
bullshit.
you have a responsibility now.
Yeah.
You have to deal with the responsibility when that baby gets old enough, maybe when that baby gets 15, 16, when they can watch itself.
Right.
Then maybe you could do a little bit more. But in the process, in the beginning, you're gonna have to spend most of your time teaching and watching your child.
Yeah,
Your life is pretty much
and
when
I
you have a
agree.
baby.
Right.
This is what it is.
And I agree with you 100%, Dave. This should be, like I said, this should be a lesson learned to the young parents and even to some of the older parents, because you do it too. You just ain't get caught. You leave your kids home, alone. Some parents go to work and leave them home during 8-hour shifts sometimes, so this
Wow.
should be a lesson learned, watch your kids, make sure you know what you're doing, and if you do have to leave them alone for any period of time, make sure that you got a monitor and you there to oversee what's going on, because this woman had a monitor and she still wasn't there to oversee what was going on, Big Dave.
That she wasn't paying attention. Let me ask you something, Dang.
Go ahead.
You just had a child, right?
Yes, sir.
You
2 years
just had a
old.
young one, 2 years old. Can you picture leaving that 2-year-old alone in the house for 5 minutes?
And let me tell you this, I can't
Going
even.
with that out there, get a hold. Man, don't you? Everybody know kids. That's how they learn.
Yeah, especially, listen, a toddler.
Come
Listen, she knew what she
on,
was doing. I have no empathy, no sympathy for this woman who left these two kids, home alone.
no,
Because a toddler, man. Listen, I can't even leave my son alone for 2 minutes, because he gonna be in some shit. He learned now. He know how
man,
to go in the
come
bathroom
on.
and pull the tissue out and put it in the toilet. So he doing shit like that.
Yeah, and that's how it start. They be learning, bro. So who's to say you don't not careless and leave your fucking gun on the counter, or you're not
Hey,
careless, a sharp object out, and it might be some shit that you need for something, and they go in there and fucking with the shit and poke themselves in the eye, anything,
yeah, yeah. So yeah,
anything.
shit, shit.
Commercials when a lady leaves the bathroom for 2 seconds while the hot water is running, you hear, ah, and she
Yeah,
run back in there. Baby, they
yeah.
got 30 burns now. You cannot leave children alone like that, man.
At all, because they're curious Georges. They want to see and touch and feel everything, that comes into, to their sight. So it should be a lesson learned, So I don't have anything else to add to this day. If you do, go ahead and add. If not, we can go ahead and close out.
Only thing that I got to say to this, I hate, you know what's sad about it? The mother just lost one of her children. So she's going to be hurt and devastated from that. And now she has to bear watching the other one be traumatized from it because he's going to be looking for that brother
Right.
the older he gets. So it's just a whole bad situation, man. All I can say to the end of this, man, parents need to get right, man, and start taking care of their children and watching their children to quit paying them no mind just to do what they want to do. That's all I got to say, bro.
Yeah, and
To
I agree
this,
with you 100%, especially you young parents. And then, and I'll say it again, this need to be a lesson learned. Do not leave your infant, your toddlers at a home alone, unattended for no period of time, because things like this can happen, and then you'll be end up locked up with your kids dead, So it's been another one, it's your boy Dame D, and we are out. Peace.
peace.